The emergency beacon pierced through the frozen silence of Kepler 442b's northern wilderness. Dr. Mara Ellen's research station had gone dark 3 cycles ago, and the Galactic Survey Corps had written her off as another casualty of humanity's reckless curiosity. No species in their right mind would establish an outpost in Vracan territory. No species except humans. The Vracan were apex predators, 400-pound carnivores with chitinous armor plating and intelligence that bordered on sapience. Their pack structures were legendary across 12 systems, their hunting prowess unmatched. They decimated 3 colonial attempts before the Galactic Council declared Kepler 442b off-limits. But Dr. Mara Ellen hadn't asked for permission. She'd come to study them anyway. Now as the twin moons cast silver shadows across the snow, Theros led his pack through the pine analogs toward the human structure. The Alpha's sensory quills detected heat signatures inside, one large, several small. His packmates flanked him, muscles coiled, eager. They'd tracked the human for days, waiting for vulnerability. The structure's door hung open, damaged by the recent ice storm. Theros's lip curled, exposing rows of serrated teeth. Humans were soft, weak things. This would be quick. He entered first, as was his right. Then he froze. The scene before him violated every instinct screaming through his neural pathways. Dr. Mara Ellen sat slumped against the far wall, her thermal suit torn, one leg clearly broken and splinted with metal rods. Medical supplies lay scattered around her. But that wasn't what stopped Theros cold. Curled against her chest, tucked under her arms, nestled in her lap. 6 Vracan cubs. His cubs. The ones that had gone missing 4 nights ago when the ice storm separated them from the pack. They were sleeping. The smallest one, little Kess, born weak and not expected to survive, was pressed directly against the human's heart, wrapped in strips of the human's own clothing. The cub's breathing was steady, strong, stronger than Theros had ever seen it. Dr. Mara Ellen's eyes fluttered open. She looked at Theros and he expected fear, screaming, the pathetic sounds prey made before the end. Instead, she smiled weakly. Theros, she whispered, her translator barely functioning. I was hoping you'd find them. They wandered into my station during the storm. The little one was hypothermic. The Alpha's pack gathered behind him, confused, weapons ready. Their packmates, their future, were in the arms of prey. The human should be torn apart. The cubs should be retrieved. It was simple, but Dr. Mara Ellen wasn't moving threateningly. Her hands rested gently on the cubs, one palm over Kess's back, maintaining pressure, warmth. Theros's enhanced vision picked up details. The human had torn her own thermal suit to wrap his cubs. She'd given them her rations. The empty packages lay nearby. Her leg was badly set, done hastily, because she'd prioritized the cubs' warmth over her own injury. She'd burned her own research notes in the heater to keep them warm when the power failed. I couldn't let them die, Dr. Mara Ellen said, her voice cracking. I know you probably think I'm a threat. Maybe I am. But they're babies. They were scared and cold and hungry and She coughed, blood on her lips. Internal injuries. I have a daughter, had. The colony raids 20 years ago. I couldn't save her. But I could save them. Theros understood perhaps 1 word in 3 through the faulty translator, but he didn't need words. He could read behavior, intent, sacrifice. This human had been dying slowly, using her last reserves to keep his cubs alive. She'd expected no rescue, no reward. She'd simply helped. It was illogical. Humans and Vracan were enemies by ecological niche, by resource competition, by every law of survival. She should have used the cubs as hostages or killed them to prevent future competition. Instead, she'd become their mother. Kess stirred, making the soft chirping sound of contentment. The sound cut through Theros like a blade. He hadn't heard that sound in weeks, thought he'd never hear it again from his weakest cub. Slowly, deliberately, Theros lowered his head. The pack behind him gasped, a sound like wind through crystal caves. An Alpha never bowed, never submitted. It went against every hierarchy, every instinct. But this wasn't submission. This was recognition. Dr. Mara Ellen had done what the pack couldn't. She'd kept all 6 cubs alive through impossible conditions. She'd earned pack right, the ancient acknowledgement that transcended species. She'd proven herself worthy of respect in the only way that mattered to Vracan, through sacrifice for the young. Not threat, Theros growled, his own translator clicking to life. The words came slowly, unpracticed. Packkin, you saved cubs. Tears streamed down Dr. Mara Ellen's face. I don't understand. Theros carefully approached, watching her for signs of fear. She remained still, protective hands still on the cubs. He gently took Kes first, lifting the cub with infinite care. The others followed, being collected by his packmates. But Theros left 2 of the stronger cubs with her. They'd keep her warm while his pack worked. His second, Vera, immediately began treating the human's injuries with the pack's biosalves. Another packmate repaired the heating system. A third brought fresh meat, pre-chewed for easier digestion, the way they'd feed an injured packmate. Dr. Mara Ellen watched in stunned silence as the predators who should have killed her instead saved her life. Why? She finally asked. Theros met her eyes. In them, he saw something he recognized. The fierce love of a parent who'd lost a child but refused to let others suffer the same fate. It transcended species, language, evolution. You are Pack, he said simply. You saved our future. We save yours. 3 weeks later, when the Survey Corps finally sent a recovery team, they found Dr. Mara Ellen's station surrounded by Vrakan sentries. Inside, she was healing, working on new research, collaborative behavioral studies, with full Pack participation. Her report would change everything humanity thought they knew about predator species, about pack dynamics, about the universal language of compassion. But that night, as Theros' pack hunted and his cubs grew strong, one truth resonated across species lines. Humanity's greatest weapon wasn't technology or tenacity. It was their inability to watch something suffer without trying to help, even when that something could kill them. The Vrakan understood strength. Now they understood that sometimes strength meant choosing kindness over survival instinct. And that lesson came from the most unlikely source, a dying human who'd given everything to save children that weren't her own. The predator pack had come hunting. They'd found something far more dangerous than prey. They'd found family,